Give me a few minutes of your time today, so that I can explain to you why you might want to walk away from trusting compliance frameworks when they are presented as spreadsheets. The question is, would you be willing to stand in front of this guy, a judge, or an auditor, and say that you absolutely trust the mapping that looks like this? Let's look at this closer. The folks who put this spreadsheet together are saying that their GOV01 reference control is equivalent to Principle 2 of COSO version 2017. Without the use of JSON-LD and underlying linguistic support, compliance mapping frameworks as spreadsheets make claims like this one, where they are saying that mechanisms exist to facilitate the implementation of cybersecurity governance controls is equivalent to COSO's 2017 version of Principle 2. Without seeing the text of what Principle 2 of COSO version 2017 looks like, how would you know? But once we do know what the actual text is for Principle 2, we immediately bring into question any relationship, especially since COSO's Principle 2 has two mandates in it. Anytime you see the word "and" in a sentence, you have two phrases, and hence two mandates.
Hold on there, Buster. There's nothing wrong with what we did, I can explain.
Great, let's take this to the judge.
Plaintiff, please state your case as to why you don't think these two match.
If we were to examine this reference control using JSON and AI-enabled natural language processing, we'd see that the primary noun here is mechanism, and the primary verb is exist, followed by a secondary verb of facilitate and secondary nouns of implementation, cybersecurity, privacy, and governance controls. Now we have to examine the dual mandates of Principle 2 of the 2017 version of COSO in the same manner, using AI-enabled natural language processing that breaks it down into two separate mandates. Our first mandate gives us a primary noun of board of directors, and a primary verb of demonstrates followed by secondary nouns of independence and management. Our second mandate gives us a primary noun of internal control, and a verb of exercises oversight followed by secondary nouns of development and performance. By what logic can the creators of this compliance framework as spreadsheet show that these primary noun and verb of the reference control equate to either set of the primary noun and verb of Principle 2? The answer is, they've given no logic. Heck, they haven't even taken it this far to show that they've examined the text, pulled out the nouns and verbs, and separated the two mandates. So the answer is, there is no proof for anything. I rest my case.
So you are telling me you have no evidence to support your mapping?
People say our mapping is great.
So you have a zero sum of evidence.
Would you believe the dog ate it?
If you have questions about frameworks as spreadsheets, why don't you pop over to the education site and take the free course that covers this very topic? You can find us at edu.unifiedcompliance.com.